My dominant hand gets neglected a lot of times because I do my nails for content and they looked horrible. So this is going to be a full-length video of me really like bringing them back to life and making them go from being all scraggly to looking nice. And also I'm going to show you how I use builder gel to make my nails grow, because as you can see, my non-dominant hand, which is my hand that I use for my content most of the time, is much longer, and I wanted my dominant hand to match. So we're starting with shaping here. I had broken a couple of my nails because sometimes I don't have gel on my dominant hand and my nails were kind of weak, and it's just so easy to break your nails when you don't have builder gel on them. So as you can see, some of the nails were a little longer, some were super short, like my pointer finger. I broke all the way down to the bottom, and then of course my ring finger is randomly really long, and I actually had an extension on my pinky nail because I bent that nail backwards and it was so painful, and the extension really helped it grow out. And again, I'm using the builder gel here, especially for my pinky, which is like really weak. The builder gel will help it get stronger and finally be able to grow without bending. I always suggest when you have really weak nails just to kind of start fresh and cut your nails really short and round, because having round nails is actually one of the strongest shapes for your nails. If you have square nails, like the edges can snag on things, so keeping them round actually helps them to grow without like snagging and breaking as much. So I use my flat edge clipper just to clip off most of the length of these nails and kind of make them more uniform. And now I'm using my file. I'm using the 240 side, which is the really high grit side, so it's really gentle, especially like I said, having weak nails. I want to use a really high grit file so that I'm not causing any tears or ripping the tips of my nails as I'm shaping. Sometimes when I'm doing my dominant hand, it just doesn't feel quite as like easy to use and hold the tools as it does with my non-dominant hand. So as you can see here, sometimes I will hold the file still and move my finger. This just makes it a lot easier for me to get the shape that I'm looking for, and sometimes I'll switch off to actually moving the file as well. But I feel like you gotta just do what you gotta do in order to get the shape that you're looking for, and holding it with your left hand like I am. Doing cuticle work on a hand that hasn't been manicured in a long time is always so satisfying. I love this cuticle pusher because it's ergonomic, so you can really push the cuticles back without pushing down and damaging your nail bed. And it also has sort of like a sharp edge, so as you can see, just like gently scraping it on the nail bed really picks up a ton of dead dry cuticle that was like invisible on my nail. And I really want to get rid of as much of that as possible in order to let the gel manicure adhere and prevent any lifting and chipping. My typical order of operations for cuticle work is pushing the cuticles back and either using the e-file to clean it up or just the cuticle pusher like I did today. And then I love using the buffer just to get off any cuticle that I might have missed from the cuticle pusher. And then I also kind of use the edges of the buffer to like push the cuticles back a little bit as well. And I like doing this before I use the cuticle nipper because you kind of have that like rough skin there that will like protect the like gentle, fragile skin around your nail bed area. And I feel like buffing can kind of be a little bit rough on that, so I feel like it just adds a little layer of protection. And now for the most satisfying part, the cuticle nipper. As you can see, my nails here are so dry, so there's a lot of lifted skin that was just ready to go, especially not only just like on my cuticle area, but on the side walls too. Since it is like winter kind of getting into spring, my hands are so dry and I feel like it always shows up on the sidewalls of my nails, and I get those like pesky hang nails. So I love using this tool just to get rid of as much as possible. And it also just takes my nails from looking like so haggard and like horrible to looking clean and fresh and like really healthy. If you're new to this cuticle nipping, cuticle care process, I have a full length tutorial on my website that goes through the safety measures that you need to take in order to do this process safely and execute a really well done dry manicure that will help your gel and polish last and stay on as long as possible. I'm using builder gel today, so even if I was doing regular polish, I would do this too, but I just cleansed with isopropyl alcohol and a nylon brush. I love doing that to get rid of any debris and dust left over from prep. And now I'm applying my builder gel. This is a clear builder base gel, so it's a base coat and a builder gel all in one. And I did a little slip layer, and then now I'm just adding a bead of the polish and building my apex. And I really like the trick here of just flipping your nail upside down to kind of help the builder gel self level into place. And the one thing I really love about this builder gel is, as you can see, it kind of gives my nails like a little plumpness to it. So I'm kind of checking my angles here, but it doesn't make my nails look flat at all because I built up the apex. And so then what that does is it gives your nails an extra like stress area that gives them extra strength so they can grow out without bending. And I think it just looks so much better. Like, you can see how flat my nail is there. And then now adding the bead of polish and kind of working it up the top is going to give my nails a really like plump, round, smooth look, and take them from being like really flat to looking more like uniform. And I think it just makes them look so much healthier. Finishing with my favorite top coat from Cocoas. This is the Ultra Glossy Non-Wipe Top Coat. This is like the key step to making your gels last, and it also just adds a nice smooth layer again that just gives your nails that like healthy sheen and like the plump look. So I did this manicure a few weeks ago, and I know how the results turned out, and my nails have grown so much, and they actually match my right hand now, which was the goal. And I just love this product and this process so much for growing my nails, and they can just grow without bending or breaking, and they look so much healthier now. You can see like the plump like roundness that I was talking about, and just like compared to the beginning, they look like a whole new hand. I'm so happy with it.